Here's some fun facts you probably didn't know about the original film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. First of all, Walt Disney thought of this film when he was 15 years old, sitting in a theater watching a silent film adaptation version of the Grimm's fairy tale Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It is the first ever full-length feature animated film. It cost $1.5 million to make, which was way over budget. So over budget, in fact, that Walt Disney had to mortgage his home to pay for it. People also totally thought it was going to be a flop, so they called it Walt Disney's Folly. But it didn't flop. It was the highest grossing film of its time, but it did get beat a year later by the film Gone with the Wind. The film also funded the entire Disney Studios in Burbank, California. It had over 750 artists, and over 2 million sketches were done for the film. They also used real makeup on Snow White to make her look realistic, and she was supposed to be a blonde originally, but they changed it to black hair. Not only that, the film won an Academy Award, which was presented to Walt Disney from Shirley Temple, and he also got 7 mini awards for the dwarves. Snow White is also one of the few Disney characters to have a star on the Walk of Fame. There were originally 25 songs written for the movie, but only 8 of them were used. Walt Disney had live animals on set so that the artists would be able to make them as realistic as possible. The prince was so hard to draw that he was originally supposed to have a bigger part, but they just cut it so that they wouldn't have to keep drawing him. The movie was so dark that in England you were not allowed to go see it if you were under 16 unless you had a parent with you. The Queen is also the first Disney character to ever die. They had to replace the upholstery in many theaters after the film came out because so many kids peed their pants watching the scary scene. Of course, the original Grimm's fairy tale version of Snow White is even darker than the film. In the original story, the Queen tried to poison Snow White 3 times, and on one of the occasions thought she ate her organs, but it was really the organs of a pig. She also died by dancing to death in red-hot burning slippers. Also, Snow White is the youngest Disney princess, only 14, but in the original story, she was only 7, and she still got married. It was also one of Hitler's favorite films. Originally, they were going to make sequels, but for some reason, Walt Disney scrapped them. We don't know why, but hey, they could still come sometime, you never know. The actress who voiced Snow White was under strict contract to never play another part again. She didn't mind, though. She literally remodeled her house to look like Snow White's cottage. She loved being Snow White. But she does have some small parts. Like, for example, in The Wizard of Oz, when the Tin Man is singing, she's the voice that goes, "Wherefore art thou, Romeo?" So those are just some fun facts. I'm curious, do you like Snow White? Is she one of your favorites? Who is your favorite Disney princess? And did you find these facts interesting? Did you know any of these? Also, let me know if you'd like to see more of these fun fact videos, because I really enjoy them.